Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to topic 30. In this topic, we're going to be seeing how to compile a sheet. Now, once you guys are done with the cul-de-sac render as well as the site plan render, make sure you guys have saved them both as JPEGs as well as the PSD format, which is the Photoshop format. And we can go ahead and close this over here as well as close this now. Now I'll go ahead and click on File and I'll open up a new sheet over here, which I'm basically going to keep at 841 mm, which is 841 mm and 594 mm, 200 resolution. RGB I will change it to CMYK and 16-bit. And once I'm done with this, make sure the background contents are white and I can press OK. This is basically how you're going to create a new sheet which we'll be using for compilation. And this particular sheet is A1, you can use A2, A3, you can use bigger size sheets as well depending on how you want to compile. Now once you're done with this, you can press Ctrl H to first of all remove the extra lines. And now I can go ahead and click on File, Open, and I'll quickly go ahead and select all the JPEGs over here. And I can just select all of these JPEGs, just 6 of them, and press Open. So they all will quickly go ahead and open one by one as tabs over here. After that, we will be rasterizing each of them and then using each of them for our compilation. Now for rasterizing, guys, do remember double click and press OK. Otherwise you can go to the section, again right click, convert to smart object, right click, rasterize layer. Obviously the easiest way would be double click on the layer and press OK. Similarly we'll go here and here and here as well. Alright, so once we're done with this, guys, we can actually now use these to compile our sheet. But do understand that there is some white portion over here which is unwanted. So we'll be using our wand tool and quickly selecting that white portion, and we can just press the delete button, Ctrl D. So now we don't have the background anymore. And we can delete this off over here, Ctrl D, go into this file, select all of these, delete this out over here. You can even save the files as PNGs, and that would basically not provide any of the background whatsoever, so you can use them directly. You can see I'm just kind of going ahead and selecting this over here, just a little of the white portion to delete that off, just so that that can act as the shadow. We'll go into the section, select all the white portion, and we're going to delete this as well. Control D. Go to site plan. The site plan is completely okay. Now guys, we'll start by first the cul-de-sac itself and kind of just change the image size to 300 resolution. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to increase the size of this particular image itself like this. So now when I actually drag this inside over here and press yes, you see that this is actually a much bigger size now. And what we can gain from this is if I go ahead and now I select my ground floor plan and bring this inside, we might have to scale the image up a little bit, but maybe not too much, or let's see how much we have to actually. So we can just bring this inside. And you can actually see, guys, right now when I place this on top over here, right, because the ground floor plan will match, the first floor plan does not have to match, guys, because the extension which is coming out like this in the terrace is actually from the first floor plan. You can actually see that it's actually fit exactly in size. Now this might not be most of the cases, but over here, since the gradients would have been, or the scales in AutoCAD would have been maybe 1:100 and the other one would have been 1:200, over here the resolution helped us out easily without wasting a lot of time. Now I can actually select the watermark over here, which I'll just type this down to be. This would be our G floor and this would be our F floor. Now we can actually reduce the opacity of the watermark directly from here, and you can see how that's becoming like a background to this entire sheet basically. And I can actually make a box from the outside which would basically select these 3 layers, and I can just set it in a position which I'm happy with. That is a little fine, I guess. Alright, basically you guys have to understand what I'm trying to do over here is I'll be leaving some space on the top which would actually help me creating a formatting line. Then we have got our elevations which can be placed within this road, and over here in the end we can actually go ahead and place our views as well as a key plan and a site plan over here. So now I'm going to quickly go ahead and close down the floor as well as the ground floor plan, because now it would just eat up space over here. And I can just select elevation from here, drag it and bring it over here, press yes. I'll also go ahead and select section, drag it and bring it over here and press yes. Now you can see this is a little bigger than this, and if you guys do remember that the resolution of this particular section was not right, so I'll just delete this off over here, which is going to be the section, and I'll go back to the section file. First of all, I'll select the white portions and I'll delete them off. Now I can actually go to image size, and from the 300 I can shift this down to 200, and that'll actually bring it back to size. So that's actually a reason why we have left it like that, to show you guys how to change resolutions. You can drag and bring it here and we'll get the proper size which it should be at. So it's all about a resolution play as well. What are you selecting, how are you trying to make it come over here. After that, I'll actually go ahead and close the section as well as the elevation over here. Now we have the cul-de-sac as well as the site plan, guys. So the cul-de-sac will be dragged in again, but this time I'm actually going to press Ctrl T and scale this really down, just to use it as a key plan so people can indicate where exactly is their bungalow. So we can, so if it's a builder creating this kind of a development, he can actually just circle over the one which would be his. So that would be like a key plan, and let this just easily get transformed. Now once this is transformed, guys, we can actually now go ahead and bring the site plan in, and so I'll place that over here, and you can see I kind of place this over here somewhere like this. So we have a site plan as well as we have our, let's keep this here. So we have a site plan as well as we have a key plan over here. We have our plans as well as our elevation and section. And now I can go ahead and actually close this over here and close this over here. I want to explain to you guys one more thing, that it's not about how good your rendering is. I mean, it is of course on how well you do the rendering, but as you can see, the whole sheet is actually giving out this little dark green color vibe with the white color as well. So you want to actually make sure your entire sheet coloring also syncs a lot. Alright, so that's a very important thing, color syncing as well as the material usage in your plans while you're rendering. Now once we're done with this, I'll quickly click on file and open, and I'll open up the views which I have given you, and we can open up both these views, and these are actually the bungalow exports from SketchUp. If you guys are interested in SketchUp, you can always take up our introduction to SketchUp course. We actually teach making this in a more detailed way, so you'll actually have one entire project as well. Now once you have brought in the views, guys, you can double click and press OK, as well as I'll go here and double click and press OK. Now I can use the wand tool to actually select all this exterior space which is unnecessary like this, and once that's selected, I can actually use the marquee tool to select this exterior building which is here, and I can press the delete button and Ctrl D. So that'll actually delete off all the unwanted areas. You can again use the wand tool to go ahead and select in the same way. Make sure you keep adding it in like this, just something like that, and we can press delete as well, Ctrl D. Now we have two of these views. We'll just drag this inside similarly. I'll place one on this side, and I'll use this other view and I'll place that on this side as well. Now guys, you can also bring in your Lumion render or V-Ray rendered views, but in this particular course I want to even kind of show you how to kind of edit this entire bungalow itself, right? So we're going to see how to do that. Now I'll just press Ctrl T and scale this down. Now instead of scaling one at a time, I would just suggest that we kind of place both together, something like this, right? And you can select both by pressing shift and clicking on both, Ctrl T, and holding shift we can just scale this down, bring this here, scale these a little up, a little more up, and I can press enter. And once I'm done with that, we'll actually get the bungalows in place. I'll just zoom in and move this over here. I can actually move this one over here, something like that. Now once I've actually done this much, guys, the first thing I'd want you guys to do is actually select a line or a guideline from the ruler, as I've told you how to bring it down, and just place it over here. And we can just place this by zooming in a little bit properly over here. and I can even go ahead and place this one over here. So once that's placed over here, guys, with the amount of spacing that you want, you can then take this line back up. And that's about it. So in this topic, I'm going to end it over here because I just want you guys to kind of bring in all your images from all the other files from the JPEGs and actually just place them all together. We'll go into a detailed, more enhanced compilation with the text and some lines as well as the format for writing and all of that in the next topic. So make sure you guys are done till this much, and I'll see you guys in the next topic. Take care.